Listen to me. If there was a wise man who would ever think of this, they would say in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. For I am the man himself.
And hello guys, what is going on? How you doing this Thursday early evening? This is the Club of the Man 1993. I'm sorry, this is Drew McIntyre. I've gone through Sami Zayn. I've dealt with Gunther. I've dealt with CM Punk, Seth Rollins. I was screwed over by the Bloodline. And now, I'm about to get my second chance to redeem myself in my home country as this Saturday, June 15, 2024, live on Peacock from the OVO Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland, Drew McIntyre will win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship for a fourth time. You like my little Scottish impression? Whatever. Alright guys, for real though, what is going on? How you guys all doing tonight? This is the Club of the Man 1993. And we are here live for my live preview and predictions for WWE's Clash the Castle 2024. Taking place this coming Saturday, June 15, 2024. Live on Peacock at the OVO Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland. Funny enough, I had a relative who was just in Scotland for a couple weeks, visiting their fiance who lives over there, and I jokingly said, you should stay a few more days, go to the Clash the Castle. Nope, got back earlier this week. Actually, got back Tuesday, I believe it was. She got back. But yeah, so, but anyways, a little side note there. We are here live for the preview Clash at the Castle. The setup, again, is similar to how it was for Backlash. Couple little kinks, I thought, but for the most part, I think it's still, it's better than what it was before, in my opinion. Although, of course, like a multi-man person, like the big one, like the women's tag title one was definitely a little difficult. Not the biggest fan of it, so I'll have to play around with it. But I was kind of rushing, trying to get these graphics done, as I'm definitely busy as I'm having a pool party Saturday, and people will be over to watch Clash with me at my house. So I had to get ready for that. My overall thoughts on Clash the Castle. It's another 5-match card. There's some really good matches on this card. The 3 men's matches should be outstanding. Women's matches, we'll see. The women's matches, this card is giving some fresh faces opportunities. Of course, Drew McIntyre is getting a chance to redeem himself after falling short from getting the world title the last time we were here, which was in September of 2022, when he fell to Roman Reigns thanks to the interference of Solo Sikoa. We have Piper Niven getting her second singles title match on pay-per-view. The first one she got was at Royal Rumble 2022, when she was Dewdrop at when she took on Becky Lynch. Of course, she did have a couple NXT UK women's title shots in NXT UK. She did not win it at any time, though. But she gets a shot in her home country against Bayley. And the women's tag title match, the Unholy Unions, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, are getting a shot for the women's tag titles, also in their home country as well. Their chances, though, of winning, the 2 women's titles that are on the line this show, the chances of the titles changing hands to me are very slim, unfortunately. So, it's a night where it's kind of like, okay, they're giving you a chance. Have a breakout performance. Make us want more of you. Make us want to see you on TV more. Make us believe that they're making a mistake by holding you back. So that's one thing that's really going to be a test with this show. I do think we are going to get 2 title changes, though, on the men's side. I have spoiler alert. And other than that, though, again, it should be another fun show. I don't know if we're going to get any, like, big moments. Well, obviously, if Drew wins the main event, that's going to be a moment for his career, for sure. And a few other things happening. I got a little nitpick, though, about that main event that I do have to mention. I feel like they kind of missed in the story, in my opinion. But again, overall, I think it should be another good show. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be fun. We will see, of course, what it leads to Money in the Bank. Who knows, maybe John Cena will appear and hype up how he should have WrestleMania in Scotland like he did last year when he had Money in the Bank in London. But, I'm sure we might get some type of, little surprise or something like that. Could we see Uncle Howdy? I don't know. I mean, my thing with the Uncle Howdy thing is I feel like it is starting to drag a wee bit. I mean, it's very obvious it's Uncle Howdy. We've heard the rumors for ages of who, the Wyatt Six is going to be. We've heard Eric Rowan. We've heard Dexter Lumis. We have heard Nikki Cross, Alexa Bliss, Joe Gacy. And I feel like I'm missing someone else. I'm not sure. But I'm kind of at a point where I'm like, can we just get it going already? I've heard rumors that it's going to be happening this coming Monday on Raw from a few others. I don't know if that is entirely true or not. So we'll have to wait and see, as always. Other than that, I really don't expect many other surprises on the show. But it should be good. Of course, in the main event, we could see some Liv Morgan, who is very spicing it up with this heel character. This past Monday on Raw, because I did review Raw this week, she gave her hotel key to Dominic Mysterio. And of course, all I could think it was meet me at the hotel room, which I don't know the words of the song, but still, it's a catchy song. And last time I think I had stuck in my head was when I had the Mandy Rose and Naomi feud, and she had Jimmy Uso come to the hotel room, and Finn Balor sneaks the card. Oh god, that's gonna be an interesting follow-up on Raw. I can't wait to talk about that when we get to that on Raw. But enough is enough, though. I am going to review Clash. I will also, at the end, kind of reveal some other stuff that's going on with the channel right now. And depending on who's on the live chat, I may also share another piece of news. But we'll get right to it. Because at first, I wasn't going to reveal this. But now it's obvious that it's going to come out soon anyways. Because there's going to be a little bit of a change in scenery again. Not graphics, but background, but I will explain why when we get there. But let's jump right into this review. Well, first, check the live chat, as we do have Tyler in the live chat. He says, Drew better win the world title. I feel the same way. And he just got a PS5 2 days ago. Nice. Some people tried talking me into buying a PS5. I really don't have any need for it. I mean, it would be cool for the experience. I know I could get 2K24, all those games and whatnot, but I have a Switch. I mainly play my PC. I haven't played my Switch in a while. I keep wanting to, though, because I still want to play. If I could ever find a way to video record on the Switch, I definitely want to do some Switch Let's Plays, especially Doom. I still have the 5 Doom games, but I've only played through 1 and have gotten partially through 2, but I haven't played it in a while. But definitely I'd love to do those. But yeah, I don't have any need to get a PS5 right now. It'd be cool to have. I think it'd be cool to have, but right now I'd be getting this for 1 game, and I don't find that worth it right now, especially with what else I need to save my money for this time. But Tyler's the only one in the live chat so far. But we will roll into it and talk about this preview. So, there's 5 matches on the card, and as always, I usually try to predict them in order how I think they will happen. So I think we will open up the show with the Undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and the phenomenal AJ Styles. And it will be an I Quit match. I love I Quit matches. There's definitely a few I still wish we would get. I think the last one we saw was Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey, I think it was, at Backlash in 2022. I know Tyler's going to disagree with this. I actually really liked that match. I thought that was a really good I Quit match. We've had that one. I'm trying to think of other I Quit matches we've had. Oh, of course, how would we forget Edge and Finn Balor Extreme Rules, where they basically goaded Edge into saying I quit, which was big. A few others I know we've had there as well. But yeah, this should be a good I Quit match. I do like that they at least got a little bit more heat on it, because let's be honest again, even I was starting to get a little sick of the whole, super babyface Cody Rhodes, I mean, again, his matches as a world champion are great. Don't get me wrong. But, again, it's like, I get he's probably more playing the role right now of, like, let's start this way. I don't think Cody's reign being a little iffy right now is because I just feel like, personally, I mentioned this in my SmackDown review last week, the SmackDown roster really doesn't have anyone who can believably beat Cody right now. And unfortunately, again, AJ Styles is not one of them. Sure, if AJ Styles have been booked a little more better or been on TV more and been booked more consistently, maybe, yes. But even him doing the whole retirement angle and them somewhat seemingly turning the Gallows and Anderson heel. Mia Yim's still a face, which is still weird, but the dynamics are just weird in that department. But right now, I can't see AJ Styles beating Cody Rhodes. The next big feud for Cody is him and The Rock, which I'm hoping still at SummerSlam. I don't want them to hold that match off to WrestleMania. Although I did hear The Rock may have suffered an arm injury the other day, so if that is the case, that would suck. Yes, there's also Randy Orton. That's also a big match they have to do on SmackDown right now with Randy Orton still there. I guess Kevin Owens as well, but again, anybody else see Kevin Owens beating Cody Rhodes? I'm going to pull up the roster really quick on SmackDown, just to read off some names and to say, can you honestly see this person with where they are right now? And again, could some of these people beat Cody Rhodes? Absolutely. But again, it's just the booking right now. There's people on this roster that are still stuck because of the whole Vince McMahon in and out stuff, unfortunately. So AJ Styles, book better, yes, but right now I can't see it. Andrade, again, book better, but I can't see it. Scroll down, not going to mention everybody on this roster, just some people mentioned. Bobby Lashley, maybe. I think Bobby Lashley is someone who possibly could be a little bit more of a threat to the Cody Rhodes reign, but Bobby Lashley's hurt right now. Carmelo Hayes, give him time, but I think once they actually are ready to feature him as a true main eventer, then I believe he could beat Cody. I'll even mention this one, Cedric Alexander. Weren't they doing a tag team with him and Ashante the Adonis? I still feel like, again, if you would have not, watered him down so much, you had something going with him when you had him with the Hurt Business, and then when you just abruptly pulled the plug on him, he just hasn't recovered since. Grayson Waller, no. Johnny Gargano. Again, DIY, is getting there, but they're still not quite there yet. But NXT's singles Johnny Gargano as a babyface, not heel, yeah, definitely. I already mentioned Kevin Owens. LA Knight, yeah, maybe. I think he's a maybe. As much as I hate to say it, even though he just lost to him, Logan Paul is also one of the few I could definitely see beat Cody Rhodes. Montez Ford, actually? If they ever make him a single star, maybe. Randy Orton mentioned him. Santos Escobar, possibly. It depends on how he's booked. Shinsuke Nakamura. Did anybody else forget that Shinsuke Nakamura's on SmackDown now? Has he even been on TV since he's been drafted? Ugh. Solo Sikoa. I do think if Solo would have not been on a long losing streak after beating John Cena, and where we are at now, Solo could have been the one to take the title off of Cody. I definitely see that. And even Tommaso Ciampa as well. Like, same thing as Johnny Gargano. It's like, yes, their momentum's slowed down a lot since NXT because of the back and forth booking. But, again, they have something there, but it's not quite there right now. But yeah, I think it's not all Cody's fault. Again, I do get annoyed a little bit when he has like the super, super good guy, oh, I love this all so much. It's like, okay, tone it down a bit, buddy. Tone it down a bit. Just my opinion. But he's showing some fire. He's not being someone, oh, he tricked me, but I'm still gonna be nice and call him a bro. Not that. I like that he got more fired up and more, not so goody basically after that. But again, it's just what is still the point of this match besides giving Cody another title defense? It's gonna be great, yes, but again, AJ's not gonna win. Gallows and Anderson aren't really gonna benefit from this either. And honestly, because I'm actually also been watching the past couple nights, have been peeking at NXT Battleground. I am going to do a recorded review of that. But even there on NXT, and I watched their match, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was probably, in my opinion, the weakest match on that card. The tag match with Nathan Frazier and Axiom, who are two awesome talents. And then there's Gallows and Anderson. And I'm just starting to feel it's... I still felt this for a while, honestly. Maybe it's just too late for Gallows and Anderson. Unfortunately. But, either way, Cody Rhodes is retaining. I don't know if anybody else will come out to equalize the OC. That could maybe help somewhat create something new, get another tag team, something going. But I don't know, because honestly, I still think, if it was up to me, if I could pick someone to go out there and kind of equalize the OC, it would probably be DIY, but they're kind of in the midst of a feud with A-Town Down Under. And I still think DIY will win the tag titles from them, but then immediately drop them to Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, I think. So I don't think it'll be them, because again, who else could it be? The Street Profits and Kevin Owens are feud with the Bloodline right now also. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, though. They could, surprise us with someone. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Cody Rhodes is definitely retaining that I Quit match. But I think it possibly could be one of the matches of the night. Well, I think any of the three men's matches, no offense to the women, any of the three men's match, I think could be a possibility for match of the night, in my opinion. But yeah, that should be a good I Quit match. We'll see, of course, how it goes down. So we have that match. Then the second match I think is going to happen is the women's triple threat match for the tag titles. The champs, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, taking on a team of Zoey Stark and Shayna Baszler, and Scotland's own Unholy Union between Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Or as it should be, Kaylee Ray and Isla Dawn. Like I said in the preview, this is honestly just to give a title shot, or give an opportunity to some Glasgow females, such as Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, who I do think are both great talent, but let's just be honest, how did they earn this title shot? Other than, just pissing off the champ, saying, fine, I'll beat you up and put my titles on the line. Real talk, what has Alba Fire and Isla Dawn done since they came to the main roster? They got called up with the NXT Women's Tag Titles. They had a unification match with Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, which, spoiler alert, they dropped them a few weeks later because they just quickly sped up their storyline because Ronda was out of here. And, Alba Fire was in the Women's Royal Rumble. I did hear that Isla Dawn was hurt, but they teased them, doing something on TV. And then they pull. Tease. And then they pull. It's they've barely been on TV this whole year they've been up on the main roster. So it's like, yeah, like their gimmick is interesting, but it's like you've given us nothing to really say for those who didn't see them NXT UK. Like, who are these people? So like, and even like this past Monday on Raw, they had Shayna and Zoey tag against Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. And if I'm not mistaken, I feel like the whole match was mainly Shayna and Alba the whole time. I like the fact that they were showing some signs of the old Shayna Baszler, probably pissed off because after what happened at NXT Battleground. We'll talk about that when we get to the Battleground review. But I like, the manipulative on the arms and the stomping. Although I think Alba Fire was selling it a little too strong there. But when I saw that match, I'm like, that literally just made Alba Fire and Isla Dawn look like a joke. Like, I mean, yes, I'm glad they're getting a chance to wrestle in their hometown. But does anyone actually believe they're going to win? I really don't think... I'm sorry. I mean, like, with Piper Niven, I feel like Piper Niven has a better shot at pulling out a breakout performance than the Unholy Union. I would like the Unholy Union to be good, though, because I know they're both great talents. And again, you can dig into this gimmick. It's just, first off, I don't think Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are dropping those tag titles anytime soon. But two, again, it's like, to me, they're dry as hell. They have given me no reason to believe that they're actually going to win. I'm just going to fix myself here because I think I'm poking out. I think that should be better. Yes, okay, I was like kind of like right up here. I saw a little bit of a gap and it was starting to bug me a little bit. But yeah, so Bianca and Jade are definitely retaining those titles. But again, you never know. We'll see. Maybe Alba Fire and Isla Dawn will also have a breakout performance. I kind of hope so. But yeah, Bianca and Jade aren't dropping those tag titles anytime soon. So we got that match. Match number 3. This is one of two matches where I'm going to say, you gotta do it here or else I will be pissed. Now, I kind of feel the same way about the main event as well. But to be honest, I have a slight soft spot with something with the main event. But again, we'll talk about that when we get to the main event. But the match, I'm going to say that they need to do it or else I'm going to be pissed, is the Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. Again, I still feel like Chad Gable should have been the one to dethrone Gunther. But again, I also understand why they gave it to Sami Zayn. I'm glad Sami got to have a singles moment at WrestleMania, winning a singles title. I never thought that would happen for him, and it's something that should have happened for him at some point in his career. I understand also that these international audiences really love Sami. So especially with, with Saudi Arabia and even, of course, France as well, like, Sami, I feel like, draw a lot out there too. So I understand why they went with what they did. Because again, I'll continue to say this. Chad Gable did not have to turn heel. But the storyline made sense for him to turn heel to make it interesting. And again, he has done some excellent work. Some of the best stuff on Raw, in the company, in the industry right now, in my opinion. His whole thing with him, kind of being somewhat abusive towards the Alpha Academy. People who still have that soft spot for him. Tozawa, Maxine Dupree, and especially Otis. Oh my goodness. When Otis does finally turn on Chad Gable, he is going to get mega pops. I don't know what's going to... Well, I will say that the bigger pop, because had we would have had an audience at WrestleMania 36, that moment where when he won Mandy Rose's heart would have been unreal. But again, like Otis and many others, Chad Gable has pulled some of these guys out of the dark. Like Otis said on Raw this past week, he had it all. He had the Money in the Bank contract. He had his brother Tucky. He even mentioned Tucky. He also had his peach. He said, my peach. I always love when he said that. But then he lost it all. And Chad pulled him from obscurity, and look where it got him. Again, how could he turn on someone like that so easily? You know he wants to do it, but he also doesn't want to at the same time. And it's just compelled to some excellent storytelling. And I think it's also finally brought out the best that we've known in Chad Gable. It's brought out that Kurt Angle side of him, for sure. This was the same guy just a few years ago. Remember, a few years ago, like 2020, for like a whole year. Shorty G. Remember that BS? Shorty G. Now look where he is now. He is basically who he's always meant to be. And again, he is killing it. And again, he just signed a new deal. So I can forgive, WrestleMania. Because this the story works. I can forgive him not winning the title in Montreal. Because again, it set for his heel turn and put mileage on the story. I can forgive King of the Ring. Because, there was Bronson Reed in there. And it was, of course, another stepping stone in the story. If Chad Gable, though, does not win the Intercontinental title here, I for real will be pissed. I will come up here and I will rant. I will not give any mercy of it wasn't that bad. Okay, it's going to be a great match either way. But if they miss this opportunity here, then I'm going to be furious. Because again, Chad Gable has been pushed to the side so many times. Now that Vince McMahon is gone, now that Chad Gable actually has a fire character, he is white freaking hot right now. You've done the stepping stones. You've formed the cracks. You've set the table with everything you can right now. Now you got to capitalize on it and pull the curveball. Because I think Chad Gable is not only going to win at Clash of the Castle, he is going to win with the help of the Creed brothers. Yes, I do think this is going to be the show where the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile turn heel and help Gable win the title. And Chad will come out of Raw this coming Monday and mention that again, although Otis had, come through him several times, he had his doubts. Because again, Otis has shown he wants to, turn on Chad. But he also does, because again, he plucked him from obscurity. So again, the table is set. The table is set, there's nothing more you can do. If Chad just loses this, then what does he do? Where does he go from here? Again, he is one of the best heels in the company right now. How could you not put a title on this one? You could have done it with him as a babyface. He had the story there too. This story though right here, again, it didn't work for WrestleMania, but you found a way for it to work now. So again, I love Sami Zayn. He's had a great title reign. I still think he needs a haircut though, to be honest. But again, I'm sorry. You gotta strike while the iron is hot. And this is the moment. This is the match that has that make or break moment where you gotta win to keep all the momentum going. If you lose, it's not a good deal. Because there's nothing else to do. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna have Sami beat Chad here, and then have them have another. Because if they would have another title shot, then it's gonna start getting long. Then it's gonna start overstaying as well. Like I said, the best matches are those make or break matches. And this is that match for Chad Gable. Chad Gable needs to win the IC title at Clash of the Castle. And again, it's going to be because of the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile helping him and turning heel. And Chad Gable dumps the Alpha Academy. So, like I said, if it doesn't happen, I for real am going to be pissed. It has to happen here. So Chad Gable, I think, is going to win the Intercontinental Championship. The first of two title changes I'm going to predict happening. Match number 4. We got Bayley versus Piper Niven. also a fellow Scottish girl, wrestling in her home country for the WWE Women's Championship. Again, this is the second time on the main roster that Piper has had a singles title shot. She had one at Royal Rumble in 2022 against Becky Lynch. And it was a very forgettable match, sadly, because she had a horrible character, and we all know we don't go back there again. Like I said, I'm just hoping this is a breakout performance. Because, again, like, no offense, but kind of like it is with Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, Piper Niven hasn't really had a chance to showcase herself. And when she hasn't won many matches. I do kind of feel they need to turn her face. But I get why, of course, they're keeping her heel, because they need someone to beat with Chelsea. Even though Chelsea Green can easily be, a singles heel on her own, because, she has, what it takes, I feel like. And so does Piper Niven. Although I feel like she's still better off as a babyface. I think the only reason why they turned her heel when she did was because they released Nia Jax, and they wanted to basically have her fill Nia Jax's shoes, I heard, when it happened. But, again, she's decent on the microphone. I thought the promo she cut last week on SmackDown was actually good. And again, she's had some great matches. Like, she had a couple series of matches in NXT UK with Rhea Ripley, which were outstanding. Like, definitely some of the best. She had a couple good matches in the Mae Young Classic. Again, someone who's not handcuffed, she could be awesome. Again, the other problem with this matchup, again, is Bayley. Again, I love Bayley, but, I forget half the time she's women's champion. She's put on a couple good matches with the title, but again, she's had no character development. I still don't feel like she has enough sympathy built on her. With, her coming out of Damage Control. The only friend she's actually made so far is Naomi. And they keep peeking in and out of here with her and Bianca Belair. Again, that has a purpose to it, because why can Bianca trust Bayley? But then again, it probably won't happen, because they're probably going to have Bayley drop the title to Nia Jax at SummerSlam. So the story with Bianca and Bayley, unless they do a non-title feud, is kind of out the window. So, I don't know. Like I said, I think this could be a good match. I'm hoping it's a match that after people see this match, they say, man, Piper Niven needs more opportunities. That's what I'm hoping comes out of this match. Piper's definitely not winning. Bayley's retaining. But again, I hope it's a match that gets something going for Piper Niven. Not much more to say about it. Let's talk about the main event. We got the match I've been calling since the cash-in at the Money in the Bank cash-in at WrestleMania 40. Damian Priest, Le Campeon, defends his World Heavyweight Championship against Drew McIntyre. This is Drew McIntyre's second shot at winning a world title in his home country. Again, the last time was at Clash of the Castle 2022 against Roman Reigns. I thought they should have capitalized there. Unfortunately, they didn't. They gave it to Solo. So, I got a few things to say about this match. Will it be good? Yes. Again, it just made sense. Again, they made up one wrong at WrestleMania, having him win the world title in front of a crowd at WrestleMania. Now they get to fix the second wrong, which again, I'm pretty sure if Drew was not going to get this moment, he wouldn't have re-signed. I don't think Drew would have re-signed if he wasn't going to be given this moment. Because plus also, again, I've been saying this since the fall, Drew McIntyre has been one of the best heels. Well, I know I've just praised Chad Gable, but look at Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre has probably been one of the most justified heels I have seen in my now 11 years as a wrestling fan. He doesn't need to cheat to win matches. He speaks tons of truth on the microphone. He's not BFFs with all of his alliances, for crying out loud. He only teamed with Judgment Day at War Games because they were giving him a shot to get his hands on Jey Uso. Had not been for that, Drew doesn't give a shit about Judgment Day. But here's what I'm going to say about this, though. First off, let's talk about a soft spot having this match. I do appreciate the fact that Damian Priest has been telling this story where even though he's part of a heel stable, he wants to prove he's a legitimate world champion. He doesn't want to be a paper world champion. And I like how they're kind of making it, once again, like many things, a reality. And to me, I feel like that's going to help build sympathy on him, because I feel like once Judgment Day breaks up, he is someone that's going to be turning babyface. And of course, even though, of course, he still has to be a heel, and Drew's a heel also, but again, we're in Drew's home country. He's going to be a mega babyface. And I do feel like if you don't capitalize here, the crowd is going to be pissed. But I also still feel like I kind of want to see... I somewhat want to see Damian Priest prove everybody wrong that he isn't a paper champion. But again, it's Drew McIntyre's home country. Triple H is fully in charge of the show now. Roman Reigns' title reign is done. I feel like there's no excuse not to give the belt to Drew here, as he goes to his feud with CM Punk. Now, let's address the other elephant in the room. The slight little nitpick I gotta make. Why doesn't this match have a stipulation? I feel like if you're Drew McIntyre, you got screwed over at WrestleMania by CM Punk. You also got screwed out of that fatal 4-way for the number one contenders match for Backlash that Jey Uso won because, again, of CM Punk. He knows that CM Punk is stalking his prey. Why is there not a stipulation? There is, because Drew won on Raw this past Monday. Judgment Day is barred from ringside. Why is there nothing about CM Punk getting barred from ringside? Or why isn't this a steel cage match? I know it probably doesn't guarantee, isn't worthy, but not even a Hell in a Cell match. Or maybe a lumberjack match. And CM Punk's not allowed, and Drew says CM Punk can't be a lumberjack. At this point, with how much CM Punk has cost Drew, why isn't there a stipulation preventing Punk from doing that again? Because either way, Punk's going to be here. Punk is going to be on this show. And right now, with Drew still being a heel, I get where it is home country, but I even don't think this story warrants Punk being the heel and Drew being the face. Could it happen someday? Maybe, but right now, I don't think that's the case. People still love CM Punk. I don't think they're going to fully turn on him at this time. So that's my only little problem again, is why isn't there a stipulation preventing Punk from getting involved? Is my question. I do think, though, again, either way, I think Drew McIntyre is winning the title here. Like I said before, you fixed WrestleMania's glitch with him. Now let's fix his home country's glitch with him. Give him that moment. Again, he's re-signed. He has put on some of the best heel work in the company the past year or so. There is no reason, in my opinion, there's no reason for him to not get that title. So yeah, Drew McIntyre needs to win the world title. Again, I said I'll be more upset if Chad Gable don't win the Intercontinental title, because that's again, both modes kind of it's now or never. Again, though, I can at least, if something would happen that Drew doesn't win because of Punk, at least that has a story. Again, I hate the fact of seeing Drew get screwed over in his hometown again, but at least there's a little more positives that come out of Drew losing if it happens. And heck, too, if Damian Priest would retain, I still like the idea of Finn Balor being also the one to dethrone him. But again, this moment's for Drew. Drew has earned it. And again, I still don't think he would have stayed with WWE if they weren't going to give him this moment. So I think he will also win the world title. So once again, my predictions are Cody Rhodes beating AJ Styles in the I Quit match. We also have Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair retaining their tag titles against Shayna Baszler, Zoey Stark, and the Unholy Union. We have Chad Gable win the Intercontinental Championship because of help from the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile. Bayley retains over Piper Niven, but hopefully Piper Niven has a breakout performance. And Drew McIntyre, despite CM Punk getting involved, will still overcome and win the World Heavyweight Championship. Become a 4-time World Champion. Now, before we close out and give everybody to check the live chat, I may mention this when it's a little more of an active live chat, but just to mention some things coming up. Again, I have been focusing a lot lately on getting the Wolf Belt 2 Let's Play done. I've been spending a lot of time basically doing something and then doing a level. That's what I've been doing. Because I've been doing a lot of more things behind the scenes than you guys know about. But yeah, definitely continue with that. I have to edit 2 more years of the next Roller Coaster Tycoon Let's Play. I've edited year 1. I got to edit years 2 and 3 of Lightning Peaks. I'm going to try to get that to you in the next couple days as well. I also, again, I mentioned during the review, I am in the process of watching NXT Battleground. I was interested. I am watching it. I will do a recorded review of that. Not live, recorded. That will hopefully come as well. I do have a series I want to start doing my best and worst wrestling matches every year that I've watched wrestling. I'm working on 2014 now because that's the first full year I watched wrestling. 2013 was the first year I watched wrestling, but I didn't become a full-time wrestling fan until SummerSlam. So I can't do 2013. So I'm working on 2014 now. Despite the fact that I did not watch AEW Dynasty or AEW Double or Nothing, there's 4 matches in total that I do want to do live reactions for. That I will try to do those soon as well. There's some more baseball news videos. This is another thing too. I'll make a separate video talking about this probably at some point. I did again delete my old custom baseball players. And the reason why is because when I redid them after I lost them the first time, there were some names of some ones I had from before that I didn't get to use. And I kept thinking about it. And like there was some of them that were just thrown in there randomly. And my thing though is if I would have added those other players in, I would have wanted it all to make sense. And it was going to be quite a pain to do that. So instead of just that, I decided I'm going to start all over with those. And hopefully do those soon. But instead of, just like, I'm going to basically be posting a lot of more short edited baseball highlight videos soon, basically. Instead of just, waiting until they retire and try and do these big, long videos, why don't I just do the short, highlight videos. And then when they retire, just throw them together. Because again, I just want things to make sense with those. So there's that. Check my list again. Is there anything I'm missing before I get to the big news? I need to do an updated Turn Alert commercial as well with the new graphic in there. I already talked about Wolfenstein. I already talked about Roller Coaster and the baseball players, baseball highlight videos. I still have a few more Wolfenstein games I need to do commercials for, so I'll try to get back to those as well soon. But I'll probably mention this again when we have a bigger audience, and I know Tyler does know about this because I did privately message him about this on Twitter. But soon, we will not be having live reviews done or any content being done in this room in my house. As of today, my wife is 16 weeks pregnant. Back in April, we did find out, back on April 5th, we found out that we're expecting our first child. And he or she, we find out next month the gender, is due Thanksgiving Day. Soon, though, we are going to get started on the nursery. And we decided that because I have a 3-bedroom house, and right now those 3 bedrooms are our bedroom, a spare bedroom, and the third one is this room, the office. We decided that we're actually going to make the office the nursery. So soon, we will be moving the office downstairs to the basement in the little man cave that I've sadly barely used since I moved here. But yes, you will be seeing. I didn't really want to share it publicly, but at this point, I'm like, you know what? People are going to wonder why I'm in the basement all of a sudden and not in my office, and that's why. Because the office is going to turn into a nursery, and I'll be in the basement from now on doing my reviews and streams and whatnot. So, just want to get that out there and throw out everything else that's going on the channel. And just stay tuned as always for more to come. And again, I will be live again sometime this weekend. Probably maybe not till Sunday night, maybe, or Monday. Not sure yet which one. To review Clash at the Castle as well. And again, when I get the time, I will also review NXT Battleground. So I got to finish it. I've only watched 2 matches so far. And I did kind of doze off during the second match. So I got to rewatch it again before I review it. But yeah, guys. Well, first we check Tyler's live chat messages. He hates I Quit matches. We want Becky. Again, I think Becky's going to be taking a wee bit of time off. Come back, Charlotte. Charlotte could be back. I feel like the earliest Charlotte could maybe come back is SummerSlam. If not, I think she'll be back by Survivor Series. I agree. Survivor Series needs to keep the War Games concept and not bring back brand warfare. Yes. That's for sure. I think this year's Survivor Series match, again, I think I pitched it in a review recently. I think it's going to be the new bloodline, which is Sol Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu. Because I think Jacob Fatu will debut in whatever Roman's match is at SummerSlam. And I think they will take on the team of Roman Reigns, the Usos, and The Rock. I think they're going to have The Rock hide the fact that he is actually working with this new bloodline behind the scenes. And he will turn heel on, well, he'll, I guess, not be a face because they're all going to still technically be heels. Well, most of them, not all of them. Maybe, you know what I mean. But I feel like he will turn on Roman and help the new bloodline win at War Games. And that will start the build for the WrestleMania 41 match with Roman and The Rock. Just saying there. And, yes, I'm going to be a dad. But yeah, that's all that, guys. That's my prediction there. Again, I'll probably mention it again when we have a bigger audience as well. But just to give you guys a heads up, that's why we will be moving out of the office and going down to the basement very soon. Because again, we got to start getting the nursery ready. And again, this room will be the nursery. So guys, again, that is my preview predictions for Clash of the Castle. Since it's been a few minutes since I mentioned him again. Cody Rhodes retains. Jade and Bianca retain. Chad Gable wins the IC title because of help of the Creed brothers. Bayley retains her title. And Drew McIntyre, despite CM Punk getting involved some way, will win the World Heavyweight Championship. So guys, once again, my thoughts on Clash of the Castle. What are your guys' thoughts on Clash at the Castle? What are your predictions as well for these matches? Do you think also this is a make or break moment for Chad Gable? And also for Drew McIntyre, do you think also some people like Piper Niven or the Unholy Union will get a shot to showcase, to have a breakout performance? You guys thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure also, as always, to slap a like on the video and subscribe for more content on my channel. Follow me on Twitter as well at the Club of the Man 93. You may also follow me on TikTok and Instagram at the Club of the Man 1993. And until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll catch you guys all later. Have a great rest of your night. And do not forget, in order to be superior to the man, you've got to be the man. And for I am the man himself. And that is not just an opinion, my friends. That is a fact of life. Yeah!